Hello and welcome to another video for Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today, well, yeah, we're looking at something that is very old, very collectible, and very difficult to find, especially in this almost mint condition. We are looking at the 1974 release by Louis Marx from their series of Dalek robot action electronic or battery operated figures, and this particular one we're looking at today is of the yellow Dalek, and these are based on the Daleks as seen in the 1960s television Doctor Who television series, and they're pretty much based on the William Hartnell and the Patrick Troughton era, although not quite exactly the same design as we saw on the screen, but this was Marx's original version. Now they did release these in the 1960s in grey and black, but in the early 1970s, before the license went over to Dennis Fisher, they produced or re-released, if you like, these Daleks, but in vibrant colours. So you had them in red and in yellow. And this particular one we are looking at today is in a yellow, and this is the box it comes in, and it says Marx Toys Robot Action Dalek, battery operated, flashing light, robot action, uses 2 HP11 batteries, which you can't get HP11 batteries anymore, but they do work with the AA batteries. And it says from the BBC TV series Doctor Who, copyright BBC 1974. Okay, that is the front of the box. I'm just going to turn the box round to the back, and we've got pretty much the same again, but this is the other colour that was available, which was in the red. And it says Marx Toys. Again, you've got the logo at the top there. Robot Action Dalek, battery operated, flashing lights, robot action, uses 2 HP11 batteries, from the BBC TV series Doctor Who, copyright 1974. We turn the box to the side and we can see a couple of kids playing with their Daleks. And again, you've got Robot Action Dalek, Marx Toys, part number 800. And you can see the red one there, and you can see the yellow one and the red one doing battle together at the bottom. If we go around to the other side, yep, we got the same images again at the top and bottom. Robot Action Dalek, Marx Toys, reference number 800, and the same images, the red Dalek at the top and the yellow and the red one at the bottom. If we drop the box down to the front, you can see it's got reference number 800, Robot Action Dalek, battery operated, flashing light, robot action, uses 2 HP11 batteries, Marx Toys and the logo, Louis Marx and Company Limited, made in Great Britain. Colour of contents may differ from that illustrated from the BBC TV series Doctor Who. And you've got copyright BBC 1974. And there's an image of the yellow Dalek. And on the bottom of the box, it says reference number 800, Robot Action Dalek, battery operated, flashing light, robot action, and a Marx Toys logo at the bottom, and Louis Marx and Company Limited, made in Great Britain. Okay, so that is the box. So let's open the box up and let's have a look at the Dalek itself. So I've opened the box, and I just wanted to show you this before I took the Dalek out, because it comes, the pieces are still sealed in the original packet. I am going to open them and insert them into the Dalek, but you've got the eyepiece, the plunger and the gun there. I'm going to open that bag in a second and put them out, but this comes complete with the inner packaging there, which I'm just going to take out. If I take that out, and then I can remove the Dalek from the box. Let's just move that box out the way. And there we have the Dalek, and I've got the accessories as well, which I will open up now and insert them into the Dalek. Let's just do that off camera. Okay, so we've got the Eystalk, which just goes in the top. I'm not going to push them all the way in because I don't want to get them stuck in. So I'm just going to gently put them in, because I'm going to need to, and because they haven't been in before, they are a very tight fit, so I'm only going to put them part of the way in, so whoever ends up with this Dalek, they'll have to push them all the way in themselves, but I don't want to damage them by breaking them trying to get them out again. So there we are. So that is the Dalek. Now before we do anything else, I just want to get some sizes of this Dalek. So we're looking at about well, it's about 6 inches. If we measure that in millimeters, from the bottom of the skirt to the lid, to the head, top of the head, we're looking at 16 centimeters. So it's just probably about 6.5 inches, I would say. If you add the wheels on at the bottom, you're adding another 5 millimeters to it, and so then we're looking at 16 centimeters. Yeah, about 16 centimeters altogether. If we measure along the bottom there, which is probably the widest point of the Dalek, we're at 12 centimeters. And if we measure with the plunger to the back, we're at 15 centimeters. And if we measure across the widest point here, we're about 9.5 centimeters. So that gives you an idea of the size of the Dalek. Now it is all plastic, and it is that lovely bright yellow color with gold bands around the top of the Dalek. The dome is see-through because you've got a light inside which lights up when it turns on, and obviously you've got the plungers, the gun and the Eystalk, which are all red, and you've got the yellow end to the plunger, as you can see there, which is exactly as it was shown on the box. And I think the red Dalek had the accessories on the red Dalek were all black, but the Eystalk had a red end and it was a black Eystalk. So there we are. So that's the base. Anything printed on the base there? Can't see anything printed on the bottom there. You usually see the Marx logo, but I can't see that. I'm just going to add a little bit of light. Yeah, no. Oh yes, there it is. Of course, it's the Marx logo is on the top there. So there you go. See the Louis Marx stamp that's in the back of the Dalek there. Okay, so there we are. That is the Dalek. Now, it takes a couple of batteries, so I'm just going to go off now. I'm going to get a couple of batteries. I'm going to put it in, and we're going to see if this thing still actually works. Okay, so I've got a couple of AA batteries. Now, as I say, HP 11 batteries, which is what it takes, are no longer available. And these batteries are a little bit loose inside, but they do work with these batteries in. You just have to make sure you line them up, and then close the lid up and close them across. And let's now give it some... Oh, there we go. Well, you can see the light flashing, you can hear the noise, you can see the wheels rotating. It is a bump and go Dalek, so it will go until it bumps into something, and then it will turn and go off again until it bumps into something else. So, fully working and very noisy. I'm just going to turn it off because it is making an awful lot of noise, but yeah, superb. And I couldn't see any reason why this one wouldn't work because of what it actually is. Now, this particular Dalek was a shop find. It was part of a a shop stock that we bought out. There was a load of old merchandise in the back of the shop that had been there for years, and we found this in a cardboard box with loads of other stuff on top of it. I don't even think that the owners or the previous owners of the shop knew that it was in there. But we went in and they were closing down, retiring, and we bought out all their stock. And as we got the merchandise back to the warehouse, we opened it up and found this particular Dalek inside inside one of these boxes when we took everything out that was on top of it. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't appear to have ever been sold. The appendages were still sealed in the bag with the original staple, which I have removed now and taken them out so that we could put them into the Dalek. But so it's pretty much brand new, basically. It's never been sold, and I don't think it was ever used until I inserted the batteries and got it to turned it on. So but yeah, anyway, so fantastic Dalek. There's no signs of any marks on it where it would have been used or anything, because it never was. There's no scratches, there's no dents, there's no markings or anything on it. It is just exactly as you would have bought it in 1974 from the shops. And same with the box. There was a little bit of there's a stain where a price was on the front of the box, and there's a little bit of a tear on one of the flaps where we tried to open the box and it was a little bit stiff, and we tore it slightly. But other than that, the box is almost immaculate. There's a few little dents where it was sat in a box and there was other stuff put on top of it, but other than that, it's pretty much superb, absolutely spot on. And yeah, I mean, I've never seen one like this before in this good condition. It is just absolutely phenomenal. The light works, everything works. They're just quite noisy, but there we are. That's what they were made like back in the 1960s and 1970s. So there we are. Okay, begging the question, do these items come up very often on the platforms? Or actually, let's go back. How well did these do back in 1974? Well, yeah. So these were reissues from Marx just before the license was changed from Marx over to Dennis Fisher. I'm guessing that Marx reissued these because they knew the license was coming to an end, and rather than just leave the molds that they had, they decided to rerun them. Doctor Who in 1974 was where we pretty much saw the end of John Pertwee, and we were coming into the beginning of the Tom Baker era. I think at the end of 74, Tom Baker made his appearance, or maybe the beginning of 1975. I can't actually remember exactly when this first serial aired, but I know that John Pertwee's last Planet of Spiders, the episode 6, aired in 1974. So I think it was in the earlier part of the year, so it might have been April, May time. And I've got a feeling that Tom Baker took over towards the end of the year. It might have been just before Christmas, when his first appearance as the Doctor in the episode Robot. So I think these were all geared, these were released, and they're still geared exactly the same models as the 1960s ones, but obviously in now bright, vibrant colours, but pretty much exactly the same. So did they do as well? I don't think they certainly didn't do as well as they did in the 1960s, that's for sure. But obviously Daleks were still very popular in Doctor Who. Dalek Mania had come and gone, to be perfectly honest with you. So the main Dalek Mania time they'd already seen back in the 60s when they were first released. So they didn't do as well as they did in the 60s, and consequently, which is why we don't see so many of these coloured ones around these days, because there wasn't as many produced as there was in the 60s. Okay, so let's move forward now to 51 years on to 2025, which is where we are today. Do they come up for sale very often on platforms? Not really, no, not these coloured ones. They do occasionally pop up. When they do come up on the platforms, they're usually without the boxes. They usually have a sign saying untested. So in other words, they're not working. It's a way of conveniently getting round saying not working, is to say untested. Batteries not available untested. So, but as we all know, they do work with AA batteries. So there we are. Incidentally, do not try and install the 1.5 volt batteries, these ones, because they are too thick and they will get jammed inside the Dalek and you will not be able to get them out. So do not attempt to put those into this type of Dalek, because you will have problems. You're probably going to have to dismantle the whole thing to try and get a battery out if you do that. So just use the AA batteries, because they function perfectly well inside the Dalek. Once they're all lined up and the base is closed, they're a tight fit anyway and they can't move. So yeah, just stick with those. So on the platforms, occasionally come up. I haven't seen a yellow one on there for God knows how long, but I have seen a red one, and again it was one that's saying as untested, so read what you like from that. But also, if you are going to order on a platform, do please make sure that you check what you're actually buying, because a lot of the platforms do use stock photographs and stock descriptions, and if you're not aware of this, you could just look at the home page, see the image, read the description and order, and find that it's not what you've actually read, because the only items available are used, and so you need to click the use button to see if what the quality, or what the condition of the item is that you're actually about to order. So do be very wary of that. That's mainly on Amazon, eBay. Some eBay sellers use stock photographs, and again, just be a bit careful. Some of the other platforms, I think most of the other platforms actually don't. They use original images from the products that they're selling, but eBay and Amazon are the ones you need to be very careful of. Okay. We at Midas Touch, we do not use stock photographs. We do not believe in stock photographs. So what you see on our website is exactly the item that you will be purchasing. So for example, this particular item, you will see images of this actual item on our website, which is now available to purchase on the website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Doctor Who items. But bear in mind, we only have one of these, so don't hang around if it's something that you do want. But it is available on the website. As I say, you can get to it simply by clicking the link below. It'll take you straight there, and you'll be able to find this and many other Doctor Who items and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you're looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky that you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this fantastic old Louis Marx Dalek with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.